Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion on a rather strange topic. And this is primarily for, I think Indians will be able to relate to it. It's about eating beef and the beef ban in India. Okay. Now, as you know, I'm an Indian passport holder, so obviously I have interest in a few Indian matters here and there. Now, in India, India is a country that follows Hinduism, and this BJP party that is there is primarily pro-Hindu, and you can make out with the way that they are. It's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just their identity, the way they are. Um, so they have come into power, and when you have, I think 80% of India Hindus, they will vote for a Hindu government, and they would feel very happy with Hindu policies. This is the rule anywhere. You have to keep the majority happy if you want to stay in power. So one of the rules that was always there, I think it was always there. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not very much into Indian history and politics. I assume the Indian beef kind of ban or something was always there. Maybe it was not reinforced quite aggressively. So now, after the BJP came in power, they started, reinforcing all the old rules and started changing rules which they felt is necessary to preserve the identity of India and Hinduism, which once again there's nothing wrong. Muslim countries like to preserve Muslim, Islam, their culture. If you're a family person, you want to preserve your culture. When you have your daughter or son get married, you want them to marry the same culture. So let's not act like, oh shit, it's democracy in there. Even if your family is democracy, you want your son and daughter to marry the same religion, caste, culture, tradition, whatever. So now you have this beef issue. Now, I don't know when it started or what happened. All of a sudden, they said, okay, beef ban and this and that. Now, the minute they introduced this aggressively, reintroduced or reinforced it, there were these remote incidents which used to happen. It doesn't happen everywhere. It happens in certain parts of India. I think it's like UP, Uttar Pradesh, and certain parts of India where any Muslim trader who was taking cows, they would gang up on them and beat them. And I've seen the videos where a sledgehammer that you use to break cement, they take the sledgehammer to break his legs. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I got a shiver up my spine. That is the level of aggressiveness certain groups, subgroups, okay? And then obviously there are Hindu political parties which are very strong in some states where they arrested people, or these Muslim. Why I'm saying Muslim is because normally these traders who sell cow meat or cow products, they are Muslims. Hindus, for them cow is their god, okay? They consider cow god. That's why some of them worship him. So that I found is unacceptable. But then again, the law can be played around to support Hindus. They can say, beef ban, you're violating the law. Okay. Now comes the my opinion. Now comes my opinion as to what I believe. Is it right? Is it wrong? Okay. Now see, I eat beef. I love McDonald's, Burger King. No, sorry, I like Burger King more than McDonald's. I think their beef patty is much better than the McDonald's patty. McDonald's feels like mushy. Okay, and I order beef here. The beef here texture is a little rough, hard. Australian beef is better. Now, when I was in India, did I eat beef? Yes, when I think I was in Kerala. It's nothing so great. Some people eat beef, some, like here, they serve buffalo. Okay, now, I did speak to this senior BJP politician, this Mr. Topali Srinivas. I asked him, I wanted to get a Hindu perspective, a BJP perspective as to this beef. Why? Okay. And this is what he said. He said the cow, okay, specifically Indian cow, is like a mother to us. Okay, these are his words. I'm paraphrasing. Maybe he can correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll put it in the comment section below. So he stated that the Indian cow is like a mother to them. They, right from childhood, they are taught that this animal is like a mother to them. Now, when he said that phrase, when he used that phrase, like a mother, it kind of made sense to me. Now, just imagine, I like dogs. Many of us like dogs. Now, even though dog is an animal and we can eat meat, we do not eat dog meat. Even though we can eat. In Thailand, there are people who eat dogs. Okay, there are people who eat dogs. I've tasted rat, snake, horse, deer, bugs, worms, silkworms. So I've eaten all this. Okay. So it's not like I've eaten and even scorpion. I've eaten a scorpion. Each one tastes different in terms of texture, in terms of taste, like frog's legs and all that. So it depends on the taste, pigeon and all that. Okay, now, even though I've tasted all this, from bugs to crickets to scorpions to... It's not that I'm eating that only, or ants. And people eat these insects and all that because they live in poverty. They live in the forest. What do you expect someone who lives in the forest, who doesn't have the luxury of growing chicken and cows and all that? So they'll eat that. Now, but even though they eat all these animals, they do not eat, majority do not eat a dog, because dog is kept as an animal to protect the house. And then that affection and that love and the closeness. But for the Chinese, I have seen videos where they literally, a cute dog, really cute, they will just dump this dog in boiling hot water. There are these videos on YouTube, you can see it, but warning, it's very graphic. They throw this dog alive and it's boiled alive in the water and it's howling, and they close it and it dies. Okay. And they eat a dog like a normal, they cut it, chop it, break it into pieces. For someone who loves a dog, who has been born and raised, that dog is a homely creature, they will cry. My wife, she cannot eat beef and cow, even though on my insistence, she has just taken a bite. But she doesn't like, it's not that she doesn't like the taste. In her house, she grew up raising buffaloes and cows. And because she loved these animals, like pets, she literally has cried, actually cried, when a buffalo was sold to be slaughtered, or when a cow was sold to be killed. She cried. In the house, she cried. So I understand the attachment. Now, there are some people who eat pork. Muslims don't eat pork. And then there are those people who keep a pig, as a pet. And they can never dream of eating a pork. So, like a horse. There are some people who keep horse as a pet, and there are some people who don't mind tasting horse meat. So, it all depends on your upbringing. It all depends on your culture, your tradition. So, for this gentleman, Mr. Topali Srinivas, when I spoke to him, he said, this is like my mother. Now, when you give, especially when religion, one is religion. The second one is human emotions. When you mix both of them together, it becomes a very powerful belief system that cannot be challenged by logic. See, for me, cow is cow, buffalo is buffalo. I don't know, it's just an animal. But with the same eyes, when this Hindu or this person sees, he sees this is a pet that we take care of. This is like a god whom we worship. So I kind of understand. Now, the question is it wrong or is it right? See, I believe in one policy. Okay, this is my policy. I don't know, you might have a different policy. My policy is very simple. When you stay in a country or city or state, they have certain rules. You may not like those rules, but you need to follow. If you don't like those rules, leave and go. Okay? You can't challenge the government for your preference. The government has been put into power by the majority. If there are, let's say, in a classroom or in an office, there are 100 people who like things to be in one particular way, but they want the office to be red. And you say, no, I want the office to be blue, but you're only one guy. You think they're going to change the entire office blue just for you? No. You think they're going to paint one area where you stay blue? No. Then you'll be ostracized. So for the sake of unity, the office will be painted red and everyone has to follow the rules. So with regards to where it is a rule, you follow the rules. My theory is as simple as that. You don't like the rules, leave the state and go somewhere else. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, second one is, what if you could eat beef before and now you can't eat beef? Well, bad luck. Those were the days you were allowed to, now you can't. So, same rule applies. I know in Sharjah, in Dubai, UAE, where I used to say, Sharjah is one emirate. They had pubs, bars, alcohol, pork, everything allowed. However, in the late 1970s or early 80s, the Sharjah ruler, he came out with the rule, no more bars, no more pubs, no more alcohol, no more, non-Islamic stuff. Oh, the businesses were so upset. They lost so much revenue. People got bankrupt. But it has continued ever since. Imagine, 50 years now, 40 years. So, and they went to Dubai, another emirate. Same way with you guys. I'm pretty sure Goa allows beef. Kerala allows beef. I'm not sure if Calcutta allows. But there are many places. Now, I don't know about Mumbai. Now, last if not the least. See, by eating or not eating beef, you're not going to die. There are plenty of other options. I know why this beef thing is such a big deal, because you feel your rights are being trampled. Okay. My answer to you is, India, when it says it's a democracy for the majority. Okay. It's democracy. This is my observation. It's a democracy for the majority. It's democracy for the people in power. Yes, the Supreme Court can intervene from time to time. But in most cases, when you're in power, might is right. And if you have the muscle and the power and everything else to fight against the government and all the best to you. But for someone like me, if tomorrow they say, okay, let's say for example, I like pizza, and they say pizza is banned, I'll tell them it's okay, fine, pizza is banned. I will miss pizza, but pizza is not my priority. I'm not going to shout and scream, pizza is my, right? Pizza is my you know, you're destroying my life because I can't eat pizza. There are so many other options, man. I understand, I totally understand when people say, no, they're trampling my rights. Fine. If you feel that way, then go through legal channels and form a unity of a large number of people, take them to court, challenge them, or elect your own. Ooh, lizard. Ooh, it came near my shoe almost. Big one. Okay. Challenge them, take them to court, or form your own government that allows beef. The only thing which I'm against is, which I personally don't like. I don't like violence against human beings. I don't value the life of an animal more than a human being. That, I'm sorry, if I had to choose between a cow, Indian cow, religious cow, and a human being, any day I would choose a human being. So for me, that religious extremism and that I cannot tolerate. That is nonsense. That senselessness, that that ignorance, arrogance, like you grab a Muslim guy, a poor man, and say, Bol Jai Shri Ram, man. Yeah. Or for that matter, if a Muslim does it to a Hindu. So that I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of, and I will always speak against it. So having said that, my bottom line is, me personally, I like beef. I'll continue eating beef. If I were in India and I know that beef is not allowed, even if someone can secretly get me beef and say, oh, law, you can eat this, nobody will know, I'll say, no, thanks. I'm not dying for Indian beef. Unless, of course, I go to a state where they say, oh, Kerala, oh, you can eat beef, we get beef. Okay, fine. Third one is, I will always speak against violence that is done to human beings. Like they broke someone's leg or they set his house on fire and they freed the cows. That is stupidity. Eating beef in a state where they don't allow, or eating beef to hurt your neighbor purposely, that is wrong. If you want to eat beef and it's allowed in that state, and don't inform your neighbor, don't tell him, eat quietly. Do your own, mind your own business. Some people ask me, Loy, if your neighbor feels upset that you eat beef, I'm not going to inform my neighbor what I eat. It's none of the neighbor's business what I eat. It's like me telling, no, I feel offended that you are fucking your wife 3 times a day. You need to do it 7 times a day. Come on, man. Stupidity. If my neighbor prays to God and he prays loudly, okay, and if it disturbs my sleep, yes, that's a problem. But if he prays and I can hear, but it doesn't disturb me, you pray your 4 walls. You know? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you with regards to India, beef ban and all that. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe there is something I missed. Maybe this beef ban was always there. Maybe it is there in majority states or not there. Maybe you can eat, I don't know, some other beef, but not India cow beef. Cow. Like that BJP guy said, for them, India, an Indian cow is like a mother. That's the relationship he gave. So obviously, if you call someone mother, you can't think of eating that. Like, see, my doggy, which is here, even if he's old, even someone pays me money, I'm not going to allow anyone to eat this guy. Yeah, Brownie? Nobody to eat you, no? Just imagine. Someone pays me shitload of money and say, I want to eat this dog. Oh, my wife wouldn't allow. My baby would cry. And of course, my heart would also feel sad, no? Human emotions. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know your thoughts. It's me signing off. Guys, take care.